Hey guys, what's up? It's time that I do this video. I think I've officially reached just way too many questions about the differences. We're going to go over in this video the difference between the TM51 and the TM43. Now you can see these are modded and they have different stuff on them. I apologize guys, this is the closest I have to stock for 4.3 and a 5.1. I just don't have any more stock, guns at the moment, and none of my customers are stock. Everything in the garage right now I'm working on, and my stuff, everything's like literally upgraded. So I apologize for that, but just try to imagine, and I will try my best to walk you guys through the differences and what you can do with together. A lot of people are getting confused, and you guys also know I really don't market myself or push myself out there. But I think if any video I want to be out there, there's a couple other videos I really like and I want to help people out, but this video needs to be out there. So if you know anyone that's really asked this question, or someone that's new to TM High Campus, just share this video, do whatever you guys want to share it, make sure it gets to the right people, because too many people are confused about this. Now the first thing you guys should notice right off the bat is the TM51 is longer than the 4.3. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. You see how much longer the 5.1 is? Okay. Now, this actually, the number one question I always get is, I bought a 5.1. Can I use a 4.3? Can I buy a 4.3 slide? Or sometimes I will see people commenting on Facebook or YouTube, and they'll say you can't use a 4.3 on a 5.1, or they're not cross compatible. And we're gonna put that to rest right now. You guys see this fires. Okay, it fires, right? We have a 4.3. Okay, fires. We're gonna switch them. Lo and behold, the magic. Yeah, that's the problem sometimes. You guys, there's a lot of bullshitters online who like to, what do you call it, like I forget it. It's like a walk or talk, and I can't even back it up, something like that. Look, we have a 5.1 on a 4.3 frame. Okay, let's put this in. Watch. It shoots. Okay. Now we have a 4.3 on a 5.1 frame. Okay, it shoots. So now we've gotten that myth out of the way. Alright, I don't know where people are getting that information. There's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet, and so be careful. And I always tell you guys, do your research. Don't ever trust anyone, even me, and just research, and experience is number one. Alright, let's go on to the next question. I bought a 5.1, can I use a 4.3? Or I bought a 4.3, can I use a 5.1? I'm going to show you guys the actual differences between the Now you guys can see the actual frame is different, but honestly guys, the internals are really the same. I know you can't tell here because this one's got a trigger, and I apologize for that, but there's nothing I can do, guys. Realistically, they just changed the hammer. The safety is different on the 4.3. And the trigger is different. I think so. Now there's two models of the 4.3. There's the 4.3 black and the 4.3 dual stainless. The dual stainless has the nicest furniture. That's my honest opinion. Nicest furniture. The 5.1 has three versions. Alright, it's got the 5.1 black. It's got the 5.1R, which is for kids. Shoots really low. Stay away from it unless you're introducing your kid to airsoft and he's very young. And it has the 5.1 silver, or like they like to call it, stainless. Total bullshit. Don't buy it. It's got this silver paint on it, and it's utter garbage. It's this guy right here. They like to call this the stainless. Okay, it's don't buy it unless you're really good at refinishing. It definitely needs a refinish job, and this is after okay, this one's beat to hell, but I'm not even kidding. You buy it and you play with it for like a week or a month, this is what's going to happen. The paint flakes off. I don't know why they haven't fixed it. It's been like that for years. So honestly, the 5.1 black is the best one you can get. You know, it does pretty well with abuse. Obviously, you have to upgrade some stuff. I have other videos on that, but back to point. The lower, you don't have to worry about. The 5.1, I think I already said it, comes with a light rail. You just have to knock out. You see these little 1, 2. You just knock them out and you attach the rail, and you can use the lights. So that covers the differences here, and you can see this is longer. It's a long dust cover. Now, say you bought a 4.3 and you want to know, hey, can I buy a 5.1? Actually, the easier route to do is actually to buy the 5.1 and use a 4.3. You can be cheap, and I'll show you guys. It looks different, but one thing that there's a big negative to the 4.3, and I always tell people this. And if you talk to me on a personal level, you'll always hear me saying that the 5.1's got a lot more options. And why is this guy not going through? Okay, there we go. Okay, the 5.1 has way more slides and sights. Well, rear sights all that matter. Front, you're both fine. You're fine on the front, guys. The front are the same. You don't have to worry about that. But the rear sight is where the 4.3 fails, and slide option fails for the 4.3. They're just not very popular in Hong Kong, where most of the manufacturing for slides are. I tried to get custom 4.3 made for me, and I wanted like 50 made, but that's been a work in progress. But that's another story. There are so few rear sights for the 4.3. I love the 4.3, but man, if you're new to the pistols, the 5.1's got a lot more options. It's a safer bet. 4.3's got Super Design, Garter, and Gunsman Pro, which are rebranding for Alpha Airsoft and stuff, but very limited in slides. And sights, Freedom Art and Dytac. And I want to say, I think Nightball did a tritium sight, but I think that was for the MU, so I could be wrong. But very limited. 5.1, you have a crap load of options. Now, let's say you bought a 5.1 and you want to go down to a 4.3. You can. You do not have to worry about the blowback unit. They are the same. There's no issue here. We're talking about the TM 4.3 high cap and the TM 5.1 high cap. But they're the same, so no worries on that. What you can do is, one, you can buy a slide. Usually, they will come with a plug. Alright, they should come with a plug. If they do not come with a plug, obviously, you have to buy a plug. Now, if you're going to go down the route of actually making a correct 4.3, and by correct, I'll show you right now, is you have the correct length guide plug. Guide rod, you can see that it's actually shorter than the 5.1. You guys see? Much shorter. And then, technically speaking, there are 4.3 recoil springs, but you guys can use the 5.1. If it's too strong, just snip it. It's not an issue. The recoil spring is not really important to me. I think in terms of if you're trying to switch over, you can use the 5.1. And then obviously you need the outer barrel. Big thanks to UAC. This is Gunsman Brill, but UACs are more, I would say, more affordable. The Gunsman Brill one are very, very expensive. But you guys can find 4.3 outer barrels that are pretty cheap now. So you would need outer barrel, guide rod, and guide plug. And the worst part, technically speaking, you guys can make your own, or maybe actually get 3D printed. You guys actually would hit up Ken Prop Shop. He could probably create a 4.3 rear sight, because finding a real, like the real 4.3's rear sight is really, really hard. It's pretty limited. There might be some Freedom Art and Dytacs out there still, so I'd look for those. But that would cover what you need. The worst part is, I don't believe most of the rear sights come with screws, so you'd have to get creative and get a screw as well. Now, here's what I'm talking about being cheap. If you don't want to do any of that, and you have a 5.1, you can just stick your 5.1 outer barrel in here. Can you use a 5.1 guide on? I don't think you can. It has to, yeah, you would have to, your short stroke can only be here because it's tough. But it will work like this. It's unique and it's different. I've done it before, and I think lots of other people have done this. It's a cool look, but you can see you don't want them actually hitting each other. there are different guide rods that have a what do you call it? I forget, but I'll show you proof that actually works. So let's put this on a 5.1. Say you bought a 5.1. It's sort of like a Punisher look. Well, I'll show you guys. This is probably the cheapest option because realistically speaking, you only need to buy the slide, the rear sight, and the screw, and you can use your 5.1 guide plug, guide rod, guide and outer barrel. Okay, locks back, no problem. Okay, so you guys see that you can, you guys can use the 5.1 stuff. You just need a slide, rear sight, and here's the problem. If you have a 4.3 and you wanna, okay, you guys can try, but let's see right now, just for the sake of the video, if it works. And you put all your 4.3 stuff in here. It's just, I'm not gonna lie, it looks really dumb. Where it is, okay. Okay, still shoots. Quite honestly, looks dumb. But that's if you're, if you gotta be cheap. I hope I answered all the questions. I think I covered up the important ones because I get so many questions, and to be quite honest, I'm actually tired of these questions. I have a lot of patience, but at first I was wondering why can't people just look visually and see there's a big difference. I mean, you would see, whoop, that's not my fault, but there are no BBs in there. But yeah, it's still my fault. You guys can see just from the side, the cut and the length are very, very different. I mean, it's just, if you take some time, you guys will see the big differences right here. And you can see how short the slide is. Obviously, you can't see the internals. That's where I understand, but that's why I'm trying to go over that. If there are any questions, go ahead and let me know on the video. I think I covered everything. 4.3 parts. 4.3 parts will work with 5.1. 5.1 will work for 4.3. They are cross compatible, but you can see that there are differences that I already pointed out in the video. So just keep that in mind. I'm trying really hard to think right now if there's anything I forgot. This issue is seriously, just share this video. I'm not one to publicize myself or that kind of stuff. Just share this video because I actually want to end the confusion about the 4.3 and the 5.1. It's been going on way too long. Another thing, a guy recently commented on my one of my old videos. KGW is not 1-to-1 to TM. Please understand that. TM and we are closer to each other than KGW. That's a given fact. And if you don't believe me, you know what? Go spend some money, buy the KGW, we, and TM, and experiment. I've done it myself, and you'll see for yourself. It's not even close. Go buy the accelerator and one of these, and you'll see. So that's another thing, guys. Commenting is great. It's awesome. But always check your facts before you comment. I've seen some dumb comments, and it's like there's no thought put into it. So it's just. And you guys practice that in real life. Always think before you talk. It's a great skill to have. I'm gonna be honest. In the real world, trust me. But I hope that covers everything. 4.3, 5.1. They work together. We already proved they work together. Obviously, the 5.1 looks, I think, a little cooler if you're trying to be cheap. But realistically, you can buy the outer barrel. You can buy the guide plug. You can buy the guide rod. They are available online. The only thing you will struggle with is finding the rear sight and the screw. But the screw, you can just go to Home Depot. And quite honestly, I think you'll struggle finding a quality slide for the 4.3. I'm a big fan of Guns from Bro, Alpha Airsoft. That's like primarily my go-to place. But you can buy Gutter and Shooter Design. Okay? Remember, don't ever, I'm not God. I'm just an idiot who learns the hard way. So do your research. Alright guys, have a good night, man. Take it easy.